Hey, it's Sandra from Inspired Keyboardist, and today I want to share with you why I started using MainStage and I'm never turning back. So I've heard about MainStage for a long time, and I never actually jumped onto the bandwagon until I read this from Andrew Ironside's blog. He says, why is it that for decades guitarists have developed their guitar skills, put the practice in and learned and played the hook and the lead lines really well, but suddenly as styles change globally to a more keyboard-oriented sound, that many keyboard players find it too difficult to learn or can't simply find the time to learn and practice the parts in order to accurately play the songs of a new era? Why is it that for decades guitarists have refined their sounds with thousands of dollars worth of effect pedals and warm sounding tube amps, and then comes along some fresh keyboard lead lines in our worship songs and suddenly we feel like we have to play a backing track because the keyboard players don't have the right sounds or the time to learn the parts? So he concludes with the last paragraph. Now the question is, will we sit back as comfortable piano players and continue to just plod away with the same old meat and potatoes, piano pad style sounds, or will we grab people's attention in worship to God by embracing the moment, the technology, the tremendously exciting new atmosphere building motion / art / rhythm and lead styles that are available to us right now? So I think when I read that, I walked away feeling a heavy heart, like I am so guilty of that. I was very comfortable with piano and pads. And so I jumped onto the bandwagon and I got started with a couple of people's help, particularly Peter Thompson from Our Worship Sound and Abel Mendoza from That Worship Sound. So you can check out their links. It's all going to be in the description box below. And I've narrowed down 8 reasons why I love playing MainStage, because I fell in love with it really. It's not even that difficult to start with. And stay tuned to the channel because in upcoming weeks I'm going to be releasing different videos like how do I even begin using MainStage, what I learned after using MainStage for a month. And in last week's episode we all checked out Abel Mendoza's really cool worship essentials. So here are 8 reasons why I fell in love with using MainStage. The first reason is because sounds aren't limited to just what's available on the hardware keyboard. You can always expand your keyboard capabilities and sounds using patches that you can download from online. So it's really limitless in that sense. You can download from free sources like some patches on worshipmusicians.org, or you can also buy patches from different people who produce patches on their own. Once again, links below. So one great place that I'd like to recommend is multitracks.com because you can actually go to their patches page and you can check out different really cool kinds of atmosphere or piano sounds by Peter James from Hillsong or Ian McIntosh from Jesus Culture and things like that. So it's really cool. Be sure to check it out. So the second reason is because sounds can be enhanced and customized in very interesting and diverse ways. I just love the fact that sounds are just not static. You can always change the sounds. So for example, if I were to use something like this sound right now, and you can hear that it's just a normal kind of pad sound. And then if I move the mod wheel up, it becomes something so loud and so cool. So when I move it up, I can also make something really cool like so that was like gentle and warm, transformed just by the mod wheel into something really loud and harsh and lead-like. And then you can transform it back, just rolling the mod wheel down again. And so I just love that part about MainStage, that you can enhance and customize. And of course, go ahead and try different cool things. So if you use Worship Essentials by Abel Mendoza, you can also play around with piano reverb, pad reverb, shimmer, which makes the sound so cool, so distancy. Check out the last video where I try out those things. The third reason is because when used correctly, patches with ARPs can really make sounds so much more exciting and energetic. So here I am using Abel Mendoza's Sensation Volume 1, and when you use something like this, and it's just creating the arps on its own. And you can even adjust the speed of the sound if you want. So like, really energetic. I used to think you have to play dun 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 dun, but that would be like so super tiring for the fingers anyway. So arps, they are so cool. They really changed the game for worship keyboard. The fourth reason is because sounds can be changed from one to another without abruptly stopping. Now this was something that I was huge on when it comes to keyboards. I didn't like how like Yamaha keyboards, whenever you change the sound, the old sound just abruptly gets cut off, and I had to find somewhere noisy in the worship song in order to just secretly and sneakily change my sound, and hopefully no one hears that awkward cut. And I didn't have that problem with MainStage because if I were to just demonstrate really quickly, let's say I'm using this sound right now on Worship Essentials. I can secretly change to that alter call pad. And you don't hear a stop in the music. I can change some more. Love it. No interruptions. I don't have to worry about when I change my chords. Will people hear the cut? I can just change instruments whenever I want. Reason number 5, I've had more control of the sounds that I want to produce. So the thing about last time's worship keyboard method, when I go to a new worship hall, when I go to a new place, and I have to deal with whatever keyboard I have that is available there, and I would have to awkwardly, when people are doing sound check, very quickly run through all the different instruments in the bank and try to hear, okay, I want piano 56, and I'll have to quickly write it down. And that was just terrible because it was just really impossible to prepare at home. I don't have the same keyboard back home. When I try to practice, it's never the same as turning up at rehearsal or at the worship service and really being able to use the same sounds. So this time, if you have your own laptop and you can just prepare the sounds beforehand, you can just show up, open up your laptop, and that's it. You're ready to rock and roll because you did all the homework at home. You can compile and personalize your patches in exactly the way you want it. You can rearrange the order, you can rename them, and I just love that about MainStage. So the 6th reason is because people notice the difference. There were a lot of people who said, wow, how come it sounds like I'm in a movie? Or, wow, this sounds very, very good today. So yeah, this was what I experienced. People came up to me and they're like, what did you use? And what's that laptop doing there? And it was really cool. So yeah, people will notice the difference, and it's usually an improvement, not like something bad, but really, really good. People love it. Of course, you got to do your due diligence and make sure you do your homework at home and just figure out the sounds and which sounds are suitable for what song. The 7th reason is because you can actually use the exact same patches as those in original recordings. And people like Peter James and Ian McIntosh, they really sell and make available those patches that they use. If you guys just go check out their websites, and the links are below, you can actually download like the same patch that they use in certain songs. So I think that's really cool because you could actually sound just like the real thing. And reason number 8 is because I just love layering instruments and having the option to control each instrument volume level. So having an example like Worship Essentials, piano, pad, and lead, or actually that worship sound is even cooler because you've got 6 different instruments stacked on top of another. If I wanted to start quiet, I could just max out the volumes of my piano, pad 1 and pad 2, so it's the typical. So maybe halfway through I feel like I need to put in the synth sound because I'm trying to do a really cool synth lead sound. I can just increase the volume of my synth sound, and here I am, I'm having it at halfway. And maybe I don't want the piano anymore, I want all synth. I can just And if I feel like I want some arps right now because the tempo is getting very high, I can just turn on my arp. And once I feel like, okay, whoops, I want things to go back to the normal, quiet moments. I love the fact that I could just change around. I don't have to change a patch altogether. It's all within the same patch. It's just playing around with the different sliders and just muting some of them or turning them up. You can turn them halfway. You can just pick and choose the kinds of sounds you want at that moment. So these are the reasons why I love MainStage, all 8 of them presented to you. And so that's all for this video. If you have any questions about MainStage, why don't you join the Facebook group, the Inspired Keyboardist Facebook group. Instructions are below. You could share your thoughts about it over there, and you get to meet other worship keyboardists, and we could learn from one another. So yeah, just click the link below to find out how to join the group. And like this video if you think it helps you, and do subscribe because I've got more MainStage stuff that are coming your way. And I'm offering a 12-week worship keyboard mastery coaching program. If you're interested in that and you want to learn how to play worship keyboard in 12 weeks, just click the link below and find out more. So thanks so much for watching and have an awesome day. Bye.